Once again, good morning, students. We'll continue with the chapter, the desert animals. So we have talked about few animals like the gerbils, dark-legged beetle, rattlesnake, mongoose. So here are a few other things which we'd like to know about mongoose. Mongoose like to hunt together, but they always keep a lookout for dangerous predators. Predators, I told you, one is prey. The animal which is eaten is called prey, and the animal which eats is called predator. So they keep on lookout, that is, they are watchful. Poking their noses into holes. Poking is putting their noses into holes, overturning rocks with their paws. The hands of animals are called paws. They are not called hands. Like the paw of paw of a lion, paw of a cat, and paw, the front legs are called paws. And scratching the ground with their sharp claws. And we do not say nails, we say claws. Here we are talking about, as you can see in the picture, the banded mongoose are very amusing, funny animals to watch. Why? A common sight in many parts of Africa. So mostly these banded mongoose are found in Africa. And as I told you, they travel in groups of about 20 to forage. Forage is to find food. Forage means to find food. Look for beetles, millipedes. These are small worms, millipedes, which has got many hundreds of legs. Those are called millipedes, and other small creatures. That includes sometimes scorpion also. I've told you they like to hunt together, keep in touch with whenever they go out of sight behind rocks or bushes by twittering and calling. So how do they keep? They move in a group. So how do they keep in touch with each other? They keep on making certain sound. Mongoose are also social animals. That means they move in a group. They stay in a group. Always on the lookout for danger. And danger means predators. Who are the animals who can eat the mongoose or kill the mongoose? Hawks. Hawks is a large bird like an eagle. And large snakes. These are predators. They warn one another with a special alarm call if they spot anything suspicious. So whenever they see any one of them finds a predator around, what do? They make a certain sound, a special alarm sound. And the other mongoose come to know that there's a predator around. Mongoose are famous for being able to kill snakes. See, mongoose and snakes are bitter enemies. Without getting hurt themselves. Their reactions, how are they able to kill the snake? Their reactions are so fast that they can dodge, that is, move around very quickly. Each time the snake strikes, or whenever the snake tries to bite, it moves very quickly. They continually make a nuisance. Nuisance is a person or thing which causes annoyance or inconvenience. So they make such an inconvenient annoyance of themselves, that is by moving here and there. They keep on moving very fast and the snakes keeps on striking. But after a while, when the snake gets tired, they quickly dive in for the kill. And when after some time, when the snake is tired by moving and striking, it gets tired, this is the time when the mongoose is able to kill the snake. All the female mongoose have their kitten, that is babies, at about the same time. They are raised by the whole group. I told you they are social animals. In a den, that is the place where they stay, made inside an old termite mound. Termite is those small white ants. So mount is hill. So that is where they keep their babies. Or hollow log. Log is a large piece of wood which from inside is hollow, empty. This is where the babies are kept. When most of the adults are out for looking for food, one or two males stay behind to stand guard until the others return for the night. So what the author is trying to say is that whenever, they hunt for food, They go out during the day, but who will take care of the babies? One or two male mongoose. They stand behind guard to take care of the babies. Moving on to another animal which lives in the desert is the camel. Another animal which lives in the desert is the camel. Camels were first domesticated. Domesticated means tamed, Tamed, by people. Domesticated when human beings made wild animals useful for themselves by people many thousands of years ago. In the wild, camels usually live in small groups of up to 30 animals. So they also live in groups like the mongoose. Camels have long shaggy winter. Shaggy is full of hair. Coats is the skin. So the outer skin of the camels have long hair in the winters to keep them warm, and in summers they shed their hair and their coat, that is skin, becomes clean, tidier coats in the summer to keep cool. Another interesting thing about camel is a thirsty camel can drink as much as 30 gallons of water. That means around 500 full glasses in just 10 minutes. Amazing. Normally, however, it gets all the moisture it needs from the desert plants. Besides water, it also gets its water needs from the plants it eats. Why? Because plants also have water in it and can survive for up to 10 months without drinking any water at all. So that is interesting. Excuse me. Now we come to two different kinds of camels. One is known as the dromedary, which has got only one single hump. So here you can see in this picture, this particular camel has two humps. So this camel is called Bactrian. So we have two camels, dromedary and Bactrian. Single hump, double hump. And how are the humps helpful? The humps help the animal to survive in the desert by acting as a storage container. That means it stores its food in the form of fat. But they don't store water as many people wrongly believe. We normally think that camels store water in their humps, but no, they store food in the form of fat. And whenever there is scarcity means whenever there is less food in the desert, they use this fat from their hump. This fat nourishes the camels when food is scarce. Scarce means very less. If they have nothing to eat for several days, their humps shrink as the fat is used up. I just told you they use the fat from the hump and it shrinks, contracts. There are many other ways in which camels are adapted to desert life, and one of them is their mouths are so tough that even the sharp thorn cannot pierce through. Because in desert you don't have leafy plants, you have thorny bushes, and their mouths are so strong that they do not feel the thorns. Thorns is kante. Their mouth are so tough that they are able to eat these thorns also easily. So we have come to know several details about various animals in the desert, and that is how we come to the end of this chapter. We'll continue with our video classes. Thank you all of you, and have a nice day.